Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and this is the soul of VH1.
The soul of VH1. The soul of VH1.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams. This episode of the soul of VH1 is about cover songs, songs that are performed by one artist, which are given new life by another. In 1976, a guitar duo called the Brothers Johnson hit the R&B charts with their funky single, I'll Be Good to You. Almost 15 years later, musician and producer Quincy Jones put the song on the album Back on the Block, which would later win him a Grammy. This light-hearted duet features two soul superstars, Ray Charles and Chaka Khan. Well, first, here are some artists who are talking about what it's like to reinvent yesterday's material.
I like bringing back some of the hits of yesterday, the classics, and putting it down with a new vocal quality which younger people can enjoy. They know the voice, you know what I mean? They know the voice, and it becomes a new song. It's not a classic, it's a new song, and it could be a classic for them.
I'm not really usually quick to take a song and cover it, because I always feel if it's done well already, I don't really want to touch it, do you know what I mean? But certain songs you feel you can do a bit of justice to them and interpret it in your own way. So for that reason I'll do it. But I'm very, very choosy about it when I'm doing it. I'm very cautious, because I don't want to spoil what they've already done.
It doesn't always take a generation for a great song to reappear in a new version. Rock band U2 had a hit on their Joshua Tree album with I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Only 3 years later, the Chimes combined an R&B groove with African rhythms to produce this fresh approach you see here. Our next song was a remake for a remake. It was used as the theme song for an updated version of the classic Christmas Carol. This time, Bill Murray starred as a wickedly funny Scrooge, and 60s pop star Jackie DeShannon's hit, Put a Little Love in Your Heart, got a soulful facelift by Al Green and Annie Lennox. That duo next, after a few more comments about the pros and cons of covers.
When something has been done, it has been done, and the only way I would touch something is to do it different and try to revitalize it a little bit.
It has to become a part of me. I love making it my own, and when it does, there are certain tunes that you sort of pat yourself like this. It's all right, honey. It's okay. It's okay. And that's your way of dealing with it. Seeing a particular tune, it gives you your buzz for the night and gives you the courage to face the next day when you play for 3 hours a night or 4 hours a night, 6 nights a week.
The next video reminds us of the talents of Al Green once again. It was his sexy Let's Stay Together that crooned through 1971. Rock and roll legend Tina Turner lends her powerful voice to this danceable rendition with British pop group Heaven 17 on background vocals. Between Al Green and Tina Turner, I'm sure this song has been responsible for almost 20 years worth of mended love affairs.
Let me say the same, baby.
New R&B artist Sybil pays homage to the great Dionne Warwick in her cover of Dionne's Don't Make Me Over. Dionne remains one of the most elegant and eloquent of the 60s soul stars. Whether she's turning out a hit record like That's What Friends Are For or raising money for the fight against AIDS, she's a showstopper. Here's Sybil putting a new twist on the classic. Stay with us. for people doing other people's songs on the Soul of VH1.
Soul of VH1.
You want it? We've got it. Sex Symbols. A new show featuring the sexiest videos from the sexiest stars. Get it tonight at 11 on VH1, the channel that plays the greatest hits.
VH1, the greatest hits. The soul of VH1.
I'm Vanessa Williams, and you're tuned to the Soul of VH1. Our next video is singer-songwriter Michael Bolton's remake of Otis Redding's Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay. Zelma Redding, Otis Redding's widow, describes this cover of her husband's classic soul standard as the all-time favorite version next to the original. Michael, who's been recording since the age of 15, won his first Grammy in 1990 for Best Male Pop Vocal. When he was asked how it felt to be an overnight sensation, he replied that it was more like 3,642 nights. When members of R&B band Was Not Was got the idea to redo the Temptations' classic, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, they had a huge task in front of them. Now, how can you improve on a landmark in soul music history? Well, they pulled it off with an updated hip-hop backbeat and voices that remind you of the originals. This bright cover gives you the flavor of Motown soul with 90s danceability. First, let's hear from musicians, and you can see for yourself.
I try not to do covers unless I really feel that I'm ready or I want to do it. You know, most artists, like, you know, when they make albums, oh, you got to make a cover tune, you got to make a cover tune. That's something to me that has to be felt. It just can't be a song that I hear and say, oh, I want to redo that. There's a million songs like that.
There's no real reason why I didn't or haven't done a whole bunch. I always like to find something every now and then to cover, just because it's such a beautiful song to do.
Whether sung bluesy by its author Bob Dylan or with a rock flavor by Guns N' Roses, Knocking on Heaven's Door is a simple, timeless anthem. This soulful, gospel-tinged version by Randy Crawford is even more proof that a good song holds up in any arrangement. We'll be back with a trip to the Caribbean for more of your favorite soul music on the Soul of VH1.
The soul of VH1.
I'm Vanessa Williams, and we're back on the Soul of VH1. Folk musician Cat Stevens wrote the next song in the 70s, before he embraced the Muslim faith and changed his name. He now refuses to acknowledge that he even wrote music during his other life. Regardless, the song remains the same, and reggae sensation Maxi Priest makes us feel the ocean breezes as he sends us straight to Jamaica with Wild World.
The record company came to me and asked me if I would do the song, and all the way to Jamaica until I heard the rhythm track that Sly Robbie had actually laid down for it. I wasn't satisfied until I heard that.
I've Got a Man in a Dress, up next on the Soul of VH1.
The soul of VH1. VH1. The soul of VH1.
We're back on the Soul of VH1. I'm Vanessa Williams. Comedian Howie Mandel joins the Mary Jane Girls for this remake of the Four Seasons hit Walk Like a Man. The song was used as a theme for the Blake Edwards comedy A Fine Mess, starring Cheers hunk Ted Danson. Howie, I know a woman who will wax those legs for next to nothing. Really. Just call me.
What are you doing dressing like this? This is ridiculous.
Thanks for spending this past hour with us here on The Soul of VH1. I'm Vanessa Williams. See you next time.